Hi, I'm Rob. My ham radio call sign is N1NUG. A couple of weeks ago, I was trying out a new antenna here in the yard that I planned to use with POTA. I had it set up on my Jackite pole, and I ended up breaking one of the sections on this pole. So at first I thought the pole was useless, but then I happened to come across some information, and you can actually fix these things. Let me show you what happened and what the replacement looks like. I always thought if I was going to break this pole, it would have been up here somewhere near the tip on one of the thinner sections. But that's not where mine snapped. When it broke, I had this pole set up and tied off to one of the poles on my dog fence. I had it tied right about here to the top of the pole. I'd say that's about 3 feet or so, and ends up catching the second extending section of the pole. And then of course down here at the base, I had it tied off right at the ground as well, right at the base of the first section. And then what ended up happening is that it snapped at the third section, just above where it connects into the second section. Now at the time that the pole snapped, I did have an end-fed half wave tied to the tip, and it was kind of bent over at the top, just like these poles normally do. I don't remember seeing a huge bend sort of down low like this, but there must have been a lot of stress there and it broke. I'm also suspicious that that third section may have had some sort of a problem. It could have been a manufacturing defect that was there from day one, or it could have been cracked or otherwise compromised from having fallen. The previous time that I had used this pole, I had been setting it up. I had it leaned up against a telephone pole with no wires on it, by the way, but it was leaning up against the telephone pole, and before I could secure it, it actually fell straight on the ground. So it's possible that there was a crack in that section that I didn't know about. And the reason I'm suspicious that the pole was already damaged in some way is that you can see sort of how clean this break is. It almost looks like it was intentionally kind of cut that way, except for the little bit of jagged fibers. And then if we look at the other side, you can see that it's just a very clean break, and then just a few inches above where it slips into the next section below it. Regardless of how it broke or maybe why it broke, it needs to be replaced. So I'm just going to pull it off the stack here, and we'll go get the new section that I have to replace it. I did a little research and found out that you can actually buy any replacement part for these poles that you need. Now it is a little bit on the pricey side when you compare the cost of one section plus shipping to what I paid for the whole pole in the first place. I bought the pole at a Hamfest and paid about 90 bucks for it. For the replacement section plus shipping, I think I paid around $30 or $35. It is still cheaper than going out and buying a whole new mast, and it's also a way to sort of conserve resources. Instead of going out and buying a whole new pole and throwing away the old one, at least I can still use it. So here's how the new pole arrived in this shipping tube. I'll just pull off the end cap, pull out the packing material, pull out the pole, and we'll go get this installed and get my mast back in service. Now just a side benefit, I guess I can keep this shipping tube in case I ever want to ship this mast somewhere. I'll already have a package to put it in if I need to do that. That'll help recoup some of the cost of this pole, I guess. And now I'll slide the new section over the pole with the fat end facing down. And now I'll slide the two bottom sections over the rest of the pole, and we should be good to go. And with that section replaced, I now once again have a fully functional, fully extended 31-foot Jackite pole leaning up in that tree behind me. If you need parts for your Jackite pole, I will leave a non-affiliate link down in the description below. Thanks for watching.